Book your driving lesson now at dla-driving.co.uk. Sponsored by DLA Driving Schools.
Hello and welcome to Over in the Town. Finally, after a really frantic start, we've done it. Our first championship win of the season, and couldn't have happened at a better place, could it? The Den. 1-0 on our trip to the new Den. We're going to talk about that game in more detail. Good old trip out that was. We've got a player focus as well. We're going to talk about Liam Walsh and his contribution to the team, and how do we rate him so far, and should he start every week? Got your 3-word reviews and much more. And is this a season second or first for us? We've got a full house here tonight. We've got Bataro, Steve and Darren. Evening, lads.
Good evening.
It was a brilliant weekend, wasn't it?
Oh, fantastic.
Makes it so much easier, doesn't it? It really does.
Well, talking about it, yeah. It's a good trip though, Steve.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun.
When you're watching the game and you're as dominant as we were at the beginning, and we are going to talk about it in more detail, you're thinking today's going to be our day, don't we?
I mean, I don't think I was quite thinking like that, to be fair. I was thinking to myself, we've missed a couple of opportunities here, and I think we're going to concede late on, which we did. But yeah, like I said, we'll get into it.
It makes it a bit sweeter. I mean, I was talking pre-match with our Millwall friend, and we discussed the game afterwards, and I think we both had the same views on it. Expectation was high from us, wasn't it? And the team was changed as well. Is it what you expected to see fielded, Steve?
I expected him to drop either Elijah or Morris. I think it just needed a change up front. But it was good to see Walsh in from the start. I thought it was a really strong looking lineup. I mean, lovely to see Marvellous back in there. I think he just gives an assurity to the other players, because he's been there and he's done that. He's quite calm and that. And I just think it helps having these players back, and Amari getting fitter and fitter as well. So, yeah, I just think maybe it's settling down and we're getting towards the team that we want to be able to put out.
It's a difficult one to talk about without being really, really happy. But there are some people that are still not happy with that performance, but you grind out a win, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think some people were saying it was our worst performance of the season, but I thought the first half, but I thought we were really good. I was hoping it just wasn't going to be the same old, where we had all the chances and then didn't put it to bed. But it was they kind of made it a little bit scrappy, didn't they? And it got a little bit sort of almost old school championship kind of game, didn't it? Where you had to.
It's a typical Millwall game, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, it was. What I was about to say, yeah.
It was great that we could do that. We can still do that as a team.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, again, Millwall fans have been looking at that going, well, they've just come down from the Premier League. They've got some really quality players, and we don't have that sort of player at the moment. So they were expecting it to be a difficult game. And for them, I think it was to start with.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they grew into it more. Would you say that was true?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think we helped ourselves at times, excuse me, in the second half, but...
Well, that's magic.
What's that?
I don't know.
I'll just keep talking.
I'm lost now, yeah. But yeah, no. But no, like I said, I don't think we helped ourselves at times. But at the same time, we got stuck in and we rode it out. And that's the main thing, I think, like I said, about performances. Obviously, people wouldn't be happy. There's always someone that's not happy about performance or whatever else.
But do you think they were a bit? Do you think they were a little bit nervous that obviously we know what happened with QPR, and then getting one up? Would that be on their minds? That it was so important when you got that win. Were they a bit nervy?
Maybe a little bit. I think they desperately wanted that first win.
We all wanted that first win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were talking earlier. I mean, when the goal went in, that was really celebrated. It was really, really celebrated. So, yeah, I just think it's something off the shoulders. We can now hopefully sort of settle down, and over the next couple of games, if we can pick up 4 or 6 points, then I think we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, it's not a bad way to win either. Sometimes, is it? When you got to, like I say, get stuck in and just sort of like do the basics and whatever else. I mean, it's nice, playing fancy football, pass out from the back, playing pretty or whatever. But sometimes you just have to win ugly, don't you?
Yeah. Well, you look at the amount of times in the last championship season where we were winning games 1-0, and we, every time they were saying Luton were just so hard to break down. And if you've got to take a step backwards sometimes to move forwards, then that's absolutely fine. But it was a little bit more of what we were doing a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Let's look at your 3-word reviews for Millwall 0, Luton Town 1. Dave says we're off and running. He didn't say we, I've just put that bit in. It's off and running. Lizzie, about bloody time. Andy, settling everyone's nerves. Gary, Mengi's wonder strike. Ad, just scraped through. Brixton Hatter, Tedden's magic hat. I'm glad we changed that. Scott, Pelly's poor pass. Nicola, Kaminsky, a hero. Pete, forgot that winning feeling. And George and many others. Season starts today. You can pick one each tonight, fellas.
Can I start? I'll go with Nicola. I think Kaminsky, a hero. A couple of games ago, he got the wild red card, didn't he? And luckily, it didn't particularly cost us that day. I think if we'd had 11 on the pitch, we probably would have won that game. But
him and Mengi were flirting with it again a little bit on Saturday.
Well, they
were back to their old tricks. Don't do it.
But, and Kaminsky got booked, didn't he? His cards to game ratio is unbelievable this season. But a save, a clearance is as good as a goal, and that save, who's the striker?
What, Macaulay Langstaff, was it?
Langstaff. That one-on-one save was sublime. And it's as good as a goal.
Yeah.
Pataro, what are you taking?
What Andy said, settling everyone's nerves, because I'll be honest, after the first couple of weeks I was a bit like, we need something here, we need a couple of points, but it's good to get on the points on the, you have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a dodgy throat tonight. If you get ill next week, I'm doing apologise.
Have a drink, Pataro.
Steve, what do you pick?
I've gone for Scott, Pelly's poor pass. Okay, and the reason why I've gone for that is it was an underhit pass right in the middle of the pitch, and it created that chance, and it was awful. However, I've chosen that because I want to point out, I think it was like 5 minutes later, Pelly made a great tackle or cut out a pass again when we was in trouble, and he drove forward right at the death it was, and sort of got it away from the danger area. So I chose that just to show that he also done something that was really great when we needed it right at the time to ease the pressure.
Fair. 3 changes from Queen's Park Rangers: Nakamba, Mengi, and Walsh. Baptiste, Walters, and Morris. It was a different setup to start with, and I think we was on it from minute one. We was on them, and it was like, again, I said pre-match with our Millwall friends, if we go forward quick and we keep the ball and we score first, we're going to be a hard team to beat. It didn't take long. No, I mean,
a lot of our forward play this season has been really, really good, apart from, like the final pass in, the final cross or the final shot. We've shown so much promise, and the style of it I've really enjoyed. So, but there was an urgency to Saturday's performance, I thought.
Did anybody else see the lineup come out an hour before and go, hang on, who's playing where? Who's playing where? Yeah. It was like, because Bell was come back, but Bell's so good on the left side of the 3.
Yeah,
and you think, who's going to be Dow would be left wing back, so who's going to be right wing back? And I was just trying to work it out in my head.
Yeah, exactly. It was strange to see. Obviously, Doughty was over on the right, but what I want to say about Doughty, he was like a man possessed on Saturday. He was so aggressive in his attacking of the ball. I mean, I reckon 3 or 4 times he just got in ahead of the guy because he was aware, he was really on it. He was really sort of front-footed, really good attacking. So he obviously wanted to beat his team. Yeah. So
and his crossing and set pieces, I thought, were much better.
Yeah, it wasn't as fluffy. It was much more sort of flatter that we've spoken about in previous.
Also, as well, he plays it on the right hand side. I think he's just as comfortable there than he is on the left. Because every time I see him, I think, I don't feel like, oh shit, like someone else like left foot on the right wing. I never think that.
He scored against Sheffield United from that right hand side, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think in the away game. So like you say, he's comfortable out there, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Because I mean, you expect like maybe a left footer to cut in or whatever, but he don't really, does he? He still runs the lines and whatever.
Yeah, no, he does.
Quality.
He does go both ways on it. Yeah,
And he'd want to win desperately against the team he grew up supporting.
yeah,
And fair play to that, because at the end of the game, he was in a Millwall shirt,
yeah.
which at the time I thought, why is he in a Millwall? Then I realised that's the reason why. We're only 10 minutes in. We've had a couple of opportunities, and I'm just going to start with you, Bataro. The strike by Mengi was sublime for
It was
me.
brilliant. I mean, I think it helped the fact that the defender tried to dive across, and obviously the goalkeeper thought it. But, don't take nothing away from the strike, though. But, yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it?
I mean, because when he shot, there was 3 players right in line of the keepers. So the keeper didn't see it until it was pretty much past,
I think
the
he
last
was
one.
full by the centre half, like jumping across with his head, wasn't he? Whatever.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
my first reaction was, keeper probably should have saved that. And I thought, actually, do you know what?
The keeper was
difficult.
nowhere near it. He
it's
couldn't see it from our angle, from behind the goal. Not a chance.
But also at the game, didn't realise how far out he was.
It was it was a huge out, and
Was it
I
25?
think Darren said earlier about the layoff from Lima.
The layoff. I was going to say about the strike. If a striker has a finish like that, it's still an unbelievable finish. But he's a centre half with a finish like that. But the layoff from Walsh was absolutely sublime. Absolutely sublime.
Yeah, it was just his awareness and the pace. It was just just perfect for him.
Dare I say, Barkley-esque in that he just got the weight of pass just right. He didn't pass it to Mengi. He just rolled it to an area that Mengi can step on and hit it. That's a different quality of player.
Walsh was really busy, I have to say. He really wanted the ball all the time.
I went mental when the goal went in, because you would. It was a brilliant goal. It was a brilliant move. And at that point, I'm thinking, 10 minutes in, we haven't had a peep out of Millwall really. Then a bit of a rush start. Then we got the ball, we kept the ball, and it was wave after wave in my opinion. Other people have said they've watched it on the television, and it was a dirge of a game. And I don't see that.
No, I didn't. No, I enjoyed it.
I feel like the first half was really good, especially from us. But the second half, I think maybe the referee killed it, didn't he, a little bit? But
yeah, I mean, because I think he stopped the game for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes where he spoke to everyone about if there's any more tackles. I think he brought the groundsman on at one point to have a chat with him. But the incident that immediately preceded him doing that, and he was having a go at Walsh. I'm sure that the Millwall guy had him in an arm lock and just pulled him right over. So I don't know what that was all about.
If you go on the opposition forums or you talk to opposition fans, and they would say that's probably the worst arrest they've ever seen at the New Den.
yeah, he was terrible.
And he wasn't good, but he wasn't good for both teams, not just one team. Millwall would think that they were hard done by at times. They think they should have had a penalty.
But he wouldn't let a corner go until he'd spoken to everyone. Got them over, right? You two, something. Just let the game bloody go.
Yeah. Well, we talked about our own goal. Our first goal, and then we nearly had a second with Chong. Honestly, I thought it was in when that left his foot, but there was a sublime cross. Was that Doughty again?
Doughty's cross to the far post, wasn't it? It was
brilliant cross.
Really good.
Chong's just unlucky, isn't he?
He is, because actually I love Chong, but he can be a little bit lightweight sometimes. But he actually used a nice bit of strength there, brushed the defender off. And it was a lovely strike, wasn't it? He just sort of wrapped his body around it.
The question is, like, Darren, was it a foul? Did he give him a little nudge in the back?
Well, no, because the ref didn't give it.
I know that, but I thought it was a foul,
there's no VAR to worry about. If it had gone in, it would have been given, surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
of course.
Yeah.
Who was it? McGuinness as well, wasn't it? Towering above everyone at the back post as well.
Everybody looked on it, didn't they? Everybody looked on it.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. If you got someone like Chong, who can be a little bit lightweight, he's putting his body into it, then you got the bigger guys going, well, if he's doing it, I'll do it. And it was, you're right, Dave, it was a team effort,
But yeah, I mean, it was a great strike from Chong. I mean, and it didn't just sort of flick the post, it was right on another inch, and that had gone in off the post. So you could see how disappointed he was, and I think the whole of the second half would have been a very different game if that had gone in.
Absolutely.
I honestly don't remember, and if you can correct me on this, please do. I don't remember an opportunity for Millwall in the first half that I thought, oh, that was close. I don't remember anything. And I'm thinking,
No, it didn't.
we are totally on top of this game and we're totally in control of this game. We might not have had as much possession in the second half as they did, but in the first half, I thought we're on it. I think we're going to win this game quite easily. But you all know that in the Championship or in any football match, second halves, they've had a bit of they're going to come at you straight away.
Especially when it's 1-0. I mean, it's a precarious lead. You know, we were striving to get our first win. So, but they created a couple of chances, largely down to us gifting them. But by and large, I felt that it was pretty much just your stereotypical
Sort of huff and puff.
Yeah, huff and puff crosses in, which I thought we dealt with.
But you need to be fair to Millwall, because second half they were much better than they were in the first half.
Yeah, they were, but I still, you know, that they were still playing to their strengths. I thought.
Steve, you're saying we dealt with all their crossing. I think Burke was immense as well, wasn't he?
Oh.
He was fabulous.
Yeah, when he's on song, he's one of the best in that division without a doubt.
Yeah,
that's why he plays for us. I thought there was a sniper in this. I thought there was a sniper in the stands at one point. The amount of times players went down, it was crazy, and you know, just game management from both sides, us included. You know, when you think about the amount of time it took to take a throw in or a corner or a goal kick, and I know we want to play it from the back, but sometimes, sometimes don't you worry, Batari?
I'll be honest. I think I said it last week. It infuriates me at times. I understand that it's part of football nowadays, and you know people want to play that style, but I think it was Kaminsky a couple of times trying to play out the back, passing it. He just gave the ball, I think, twice. I can't remember if it was the first half, second half. It's just, you know, sometimes you just think, just get rid of the ball, just get up the pitch a little bit. But I get that's how Rob Edwards wants to play. But
for me, so far, from all the times I've seen us try this, the risk far outweighs what the benefit is.
Yes,
because you know it's a pass, then it's played out to a fullback. You know. And then after a couple of passes, then it's lumped up.
Yeah, and it goes back to the keeper before that.
Yeah, that's right. But, you know, there was one time where they got a corner out of it, and I was absolutely fuming. It was just 2 or 3 times, just purely down to our own gifting them or letting the pressure build on.
Did you see, was it Bolton Huddersfield, was that the game where they tried that out the back?
Yes, yeah, it was.
I mean, that's the thing. I'll show you afterwards. It's crazy.
Burnley did it all last season, and company never changed, and it cost them. Southampton are doing it this season. You know, it's strange. You literally need to be Man City to get away with it. You know, you need that level of player.
I know, but you know, the risk to me just far out.
We know why they're doing it though. We know they're drawing the players on so they create the space. And
but you've got to be good at it though.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like we are that good at it personally, but maybe, look, I don't know anything. Obviously, I don't see him training every day. Obviously, we know certain people do, but...
So, I mean, I know Edwards is saying that he's looking to play more expansive. That's obviously part of it. So sometimes, you know, it's a work in progress, and that includes during the games as well. So...
I think maybe at this level, I think maybe at Championship level, we've got some, you know, technically really good players, and I think they are a lot better than players from other teams, say, without being disrespectful to them.
Yeah, because this is the biggest squad and the most expensive squad we've ever owned, isn't it? And it's crazy when you think about that. It is crazy. It was definitely end-to-end second half, and, you know, I don't want to put Millwall down too much, but, you know, they had some chances, but they weren't glorious chances. No. We had a couple of others, didn't we? There was another one from, was it Walsh?
Yeah, Walsh. There's a nice step over from Chong. And yeah, I think he tried to sort of side foot it. I think if he'd have
leathered it,
laces,
through the laces and that.
Was that when the keeper caught him and he was going to corner sort of?
No, it was just almost straight, like a pass.
Sorry, yes.
He picks any other part of that goal in the way that Mengi did in the first half. It's 2-0, and then Adebayo not having much luck. He run his nuts off. Really, didn't
isolated. They winning up
he was
there
very
by
isolated,
himself,
but he didn't really have that many opportunities.
I think Tanganga's pretty good at that level. To be honest with you,
I've underlined him to say,
former Premier League defender, isn't he? So
what a brilliant match he had for Millwall.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to a workmate today who's a Spurs fan, and he likes him, and he says, I don't know what he's doing at Millwall. He thinks he could be a lot higher up.
We were vaguely linked with him at one stage.
Well, I think a couple of times. Second time it was muted, but I think he quite quickly joined Mill then because he was on loan there before. I thought he done a really good job on Elijah, to be honest with you.
He's I've seen him play a lot of time. He's very, very good. Like a very good defender, like say Premier League quality, I think personally. But you know, it's a signing that Millwall fans will be creaming over, obviously, and loving it. It's fair play to him because good signing, isn't it?
Adebayo is substituted. Morris comes on, makes his 100th appearance for the Town, and I love Morris. He still hasn't had many opportunities, but it felt then, we started like defending deeper,
dropping back,
and you're thinking, please don't let him get a chance. Did you feel the same?
I think it was just nerves in general sort of kicking in, because it was 1-0 and they were sort of trying to sort of play, quite direct and getting the balls into the box and that. So
but they weren't getting those clear opportunities. And again, I will point out to the referee, for the benefit of Millwall fans, if you are listening, he was atrocious. It was atrocious for both, but it was atrocious when their player went down and Kaminsky was calling for it to be, and we went up the other end and got a corner.
Yeah, that's right. It was only then that he gave it. I mean, when you've got all four sides of the ground singing about the referee's abilities,
yeah. I'll be honest, I'd have been very upset if he stopped playing though.
Well,
but I know what you're saying. Obviously, it looked like a head injury or whatever, didn't it?
The problem I had with those sort of injuries, I'm sure something went down there. I'm sure of that. But when someone goes down clutching their head, and then they know the game has to stop.
No, of course.
They know the game has to stop. And I'm not saying that happened there, but sometimes you don't know if it's real or not. And the fact that Kaminsky went mental. And their staff came on the pitch before the corner went over.
Yeah, again, I say, because Kaminsky was saying to get on. I mean, there was one in the Arsenal Spurs game, and one of the Arsenal players held his head. Ref went, blew the whistle, almost apologetically. And I think everyone's fed up with. I'm not saying that it was cheating.
What's real, what isn't real?
Exactly, because it's just exploiting a compulsory rule that the ref has to uphold.
But in the moment of the game, it didn't look good, did it?
No, it didn't.
So it was an awkward landing, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it didn't look good. What's Solino doing? Why isn't he calling it? He's got his little headpiece on. Why isn't he saying you need to stop the game?
Well, that's if he's seen it, but yeah.
Well, how could he not see it? We all saw it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but it's maybe focus on something else. I guess.
Yeah, no, sorry. I just think, we keep moaning about refs, but the one on Saturday was not that bad. It wasn't a good one.
I'd like to know the stat of how often, on average, did he blow his whistle. I'm going to say probably about 43 seconds, because it felt like he was blowing his whistle at least once or twice a minute at one point.
Wow. He was very fussy.
Yeah.
Well, we've already touched on this with 9 minutes to go. We had that little pass from Pelly that was intercepted because it was short, and then Longstaff is racing, or Longstaff, is it? Langstaff. He's running towards the goal, and as a Luton fan, you're going, well, this is it. This is the equaliser. This is why we've sat back too far. He's going to score. Anybody want to take over, Darren?
Well, I think Kaminsky's reactions to come down and narrow the shot down, that's the important bit, wasn't it? He took, 2-3 steps forwards, narrowed it down for him, made him make the decision which way he's going to go. Just got his foot in the right place, didn't he?
I think Longstaff's first touch, it was just a little bit further away from him that he would want, and that gave Kaminsky the opportunity. But he was immediately on it. As soon as that touch was made, he was immediately on it and attacked.
Well, it was a good touch because he got him away from Burke. Burke was never going to catch him. He was there, but because that touch, he got him away from Burke. But as you said, it allowed Kaminsky just to take a few
almost
steps.
Great sort of sweeper play, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The way he read it.
And it weren't. Do you know what? Obviously, it didn't go in, but it weren't really a bad finish either. It weren't a bad strike.
No,
really. He placed it. He's,
and do you know
it's
what?
just the foot planted, isn't it?
What I love about keepers and goalkeepers, when they know, like I said, it's as good as a goal, then they celebrate afterwards. And he celebrated, didn't he?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, well, I had a heart attack in the stands, to be fair. I was just thinking, oh, no, not again. And then, because of all the stoppages, because of the injuries, because of, of the substitutions, the board goes up and you think, 5, we can get through 5 minutes and no more worries. And then you're sitting deeper again, and they get a corner and you just think, we're done. If we can get this away, we're done.
Going to say that would have ruined my day if that had gone in.
Did he play an extra couple of minutes as well at the end?
I was too busy.
It went to 97 in the end.
I'm saying wrong. I was expecting a bit more than 5 minutes to go up on the board, but
The save Kaminsky made at the end, on the day.
On for the cameras, wasn't it?
Well, you can say that now, but on the day, standing behind that goal, when he jumped up and saved it, I was like, what a save. That is the save of the century. I thought, no,
How
genuinely.
many beers did you had at this point?
3. It was the save of the century
3.
because it was really important. And when you look back, actually, I'd have been disappointed if he hadn't have stopped it.
Yeah, it was one for the cameras, as Patari said. It was very comfortable. It wasn't far away from him, but
You still got to save it.
Yeah,
Steve.
you still got to save
He saved it and he pushed it away.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that is the most important thing, Darren. He pushed it away from the goal.
Yeah.
It's debatable whether Burke would have managed to get it. But if you're a Millwall fan, you're thinking, oh, we deserved a point there. You are, definitely.
Yeah, maybe.
I would have left that game if I was them, thinking Luton were good first half. They showed the quality they had. Second half, we were better. But Luton didn't allow us to get many chances.
Yeah, I know. I still feel like we were the better team overall, though, slightly.
I'm not disputing that. All I'm saying is Millwall fans would say they deserved a point, and a lot of them said we were rubbish, but they would, wouldn't they? But, they would deserve a point. And, if they'd got a point, you'd have gone, well, that was us being stupid, not them being brilliant.
Yeah. Isn't it strange? We were losing all these games in the Premier League, and everyone was saying how good we were. And then we win a game, and it's back to crappy Luton again. I'll take that.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll have that.
Just to finish some stats from Opta, Luton have won 2 of their last 9 visits to Millwall, and luckily I was at both of them, so that's cool.
Goes to show how important that was as well, then, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was. And before Saturday, 7 of the last 10 league meetings between the sides have ended in a draw.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing thing because it's always an absolute, I want to say slugfest, it's what you expect when you play Millwall.
It's like...
And they would say the same about us.
It's like walking in a bog.
do you want to explain that?
Well, it's just hard work, isn't it? Couldn't watch that every week.
Possession-wise, 52% Millwall, 48% Luton. Shots, 11-10. So on that, you'd say that's, quite even. With 6 on target for us, 3 on for them. Only one of ours went in. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And Morris making his 100th appearance, so we said. So
yeah, very quickly, Mengi's left foot volley as well that the keeper saved. That was really good.
As well.
Yeah, wrong foot. It was a good shot. I mean, it was a good save. He had it
done
really well covered because I think he actually saved it with his forearms. To be honest with you, he was
well
across.
over it. He was well over it. It's a good save from their keeper. So without that, we could have had 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But I couldn't say the same for Millwall. Maybe they would say, well, we could have had 2 because of the 2 at the end. But let's see how we go. Anyway, 3 points, all good. I got a point on the old fantasy league we're doing, so I'm happy.
Yeah, welcome to the game.
Yeah, but I also got 0. Told you.
But you get 0 for guessing 0.
Okay. We have a player focus. Liam Walsh at the weekend had a marvellous game. I thought it was really, really good, and I just felt, he fits, doesn't he? He fits. How do you rate his performance from the weekend?
Oh, do you know what? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, compared to obviously a couple of years ago, I think he was probably out for maybe a season or 2 out of 4. It was one of those ones when we signed him, I thought, good player, but nah, he looked brilliant, didn't he? It was the way he moves. I mean, when you've had so many injuries as well, and the way he moves, he don't care. He gets stuck in as well. And it's like...
He was very combative.
Yeah.
Really
was.
was.
This thing. You could be fearful. Like, been out for so long or whatever, you could probably think, I might shy out that tackle. But he didn't. Got stuck in every time.
I said about... it feels like ages since I was on the last pod. I've been on holiday and all sorts. But I last time I was on, I mentioned about Jordan Clark. And I love Jordan Clark. And he's a good player.
But
I think Walsh is just that next... Oh, hello.
Who's got the phone on?
That's you, Darren.
That's you, Darren, is it?
No.
Anyway, just carry on. Right.
But I think Walsh is just that next level. I would have said about how...
Steve.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Going back to the Clark thing. I said about I do like Clark, and he's been brilliant for us. But he needs more goals and assists, and he doesn't really get them. Look, if you're honest, if you don't mind me saying, Patari, before we started tonight, you said, "Oh, did Clark play?"
Yeah, I'll be honest, that was a bad comment for me. So,
No, that's not. No, I'm not putting that on you. I'm putting it on Clark.
Yeah.
If we can't remember, he played.
Yeah,
but
I didn't.
What I'm saying is Walsh. We're talking about Walsh assist. It's different. It's a different level. And I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. This lad's going to get better and better.
I think there's a lot more to come from him. I just really like the fact that, as I say, he is really aggressive without the ball. He's always looking for a pass to receive the ball. He was very much sort of around the camber and that. Similar to Clark, he's always there to receive a pass. And I think he has got a really good vision and he's got a good range of passes. I think he'll be disappointed with that shot that he side-footed straight to the keeper, because I think he would have thought, I should have put that away. But I like the fact that he's not the tallest person, like you and me, Darren. But he's prepared to put his foot in, and I like it.
Yeah.
Would you say that's his best attribute, Steve? Putting his foot in?
No, I think he's got a real good vision and good attacking ability. I think he's another one that can really knit things together from midfield going forwards.
His balance as well, and his control and balance is just unreal. Centre of gravity, Like you say, shorter people, you should know yourself, Steve. Obviously, centre of gravity.
Yeah.
But you're a bit sort of, I'm not going to say
like a whip, I'm a weeble.
Does he become a guaranteed starter?
Well, if he performs like that, I think next week he's in again. So I think if he performs like that, he's not going to lose his place anytime soon.
I would say it'd be surprising if he was dropped, but I wouldn't say he's in the team. Not yet. But I'd be surprised if he got dropped.
He hasn't had much opportunity yet.
No, exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
If you give him more time, maybe he develops better and better. I mean, Coventry, wasn't he? At one point, Swansea, Coventry.
Yes, I remember it was Swansea. I want to see more frequent key contributions from him. I mean, obviously that's down. If it's a pass, then it's down to the forward putting the ball away, which we still haven't had happen. The goal Saturday was from a defender, but we'll take that. But I want to see a higher frequency of him creating clear-cut chances, which I'm sure will come.
Yeah.
Just going back to that point you just made about the goal, they doubled up on Adebayo all of the time. He had no chance on his own. None at all. And I think that takes some of the pressure off the other players. So in that way, it plays his part.
We said before the game, and I think nearly everyone has said one of them has got to be dropped. I thought that was a game where Morris would have been better suited to have started rather than Elijah. Because to me, Morris is a much better target man, hold-up player who could then, with his back to goal, then bring in Walsh, Chong, what have you. I thought, because it's no surprise about what Millwall tried to do and how they played. That's absolutely fine. To me, I would have thought Morris would have been a more ideal starter.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Get back to Liam Walsh. I just come to me when you said that. I thought he had a decent game. He's a prospect for us to become better and better. And so let's hope he stays fit and let's hope he stays in the team. On our social media, we did ask you, how do you rate his performance on Saturday? What was his best attribute? And if he stays fit, is he a guaranteed starter? LTFC Dave says, I would say his best asset is his balance, in the sense that he can do the ugly stuff when defending and spray it around when we're attacking. And most of our other midfielders tend to heavily favour one side of it. If he keeps playing like that, he starts every week for me. Up to Luton says, he was fantastic on Saturday, reminds me of Alan Campbell type of player. Doesn't give players a minute's rest. Certainly better on the ball too. Needs to be consistent, but he's earned a start for me next week, 100%. Kieran says, the cool-headed pass at the edge of the box. The cool-headed pass. He didn't head it, obviously. He passed it. I don't know why I didn't even think that there. The cool-headed pass at the edge of the box for the goal was top draw. His good decision-making in dangerous areas is such an asset. Also looks like he's happy to mix it up a bit with the opposition, which is needed in this division.
Yeah. Yep.
And Chris says, Walsh played really well. He wanted the ball, put in some great tackles, demonstrated good passing and got an assist. The balance looked better yesterday with Nakamba alongside Walsh. So if we keep winning, he'll keep playing. Yep. There's not a lot you can say about that, is there?
No, I think they're all bang on the money, aren't they?
I just hope that, he stays injury-free. And, when we get to our next, Sheffield Wednesday next, surely we can get a nice home win.
It's an opportunity, isn't it? It really is an opportunity. Hopefully they'll be really buoyed from the win and the clean sheet. We've got an opportunity over the next couple of games. I mean, Oxford are doing great, by the way. I think they're probably far exceeding what their expectations would have been. So it's not a gimme, but we have an opportunity over the next 2 games.
Plymouth just beat Sunderland.
Yeah.
You know, so it's that classic, no game's an easy game. You know? But when you look what's coming after those couple of games, you kind of think we need some points.
Yeah, but the Championship, it is barking mad, isn't it? No, it is. It's nuts, and it has been for years. So, you know, there's no reason why we're not going to be good.
We know ourselves. We can beat anyone on the day anyway. If we do show up, we can beat anyone. So I'm not really fussed who we play, if I'm honest.
Post-match, actually, Rob's post-match interview, he looked dishevelled at some points. He looked a bit disappointed with the result. Yeah. I think the performance second half probably he felt let us down.
Do you think he's feeling the stress more now? Because I think
no, I don't. Look, it's a job. He knows the consequences of the job if he doesn't get it right, because it's happened to him at Watford.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, last season obviously we went up. Obviously, everyone just wanted to see us
but there was no pressure last season.
That's what I'm saying. But now, obviously, there is pressure. I think there is pressure.
No, I think
expectations as well.
They wouldn't have given him a longer term contract if they.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, like on
his own pressure. He's putting on himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry,
but I don't. It's the whole John Steele, the never too low, never too high. I think if he'd come out and was too buoyant over a first win, you know, he's then going to get critics about that, isn't he? So I think he just downplayed it. I'm telling you, when he went in that change room, they were all probably
celebrating,
celebrating everything else.
I feel it's the first time in his Luton manager's role that he hasn't got a free hit. I also think he wants to play this more expansive game, and I think he was angry at the performance, not the result. I think he was delighted with the result, but I think he wants a better quality of performance, and I think he is demanding more from the players this year because because he wants the playing side to evolve, and I think maybe he's a little bit frustrated that we're not seeing that as much yet as he would want to. I think that's where the pressure and maybe not grumpiness, but he's not as happy as he wants to be because he doesn't think they're playing as well as they should be.
Us older guys would look at this game, look at this team and this squad and go, how have we spent so much money? You could barely buy anybody for, 10 grand at one point in our watching Luton Town. Now we've gone and signed Victor Moses. Where's that come from? That's a bit left field, isn't it? What do you think of that one?
Oh, I'll be honest, I thought he'd retired a couple of years ago. And I saw it, I was like, Victor Moses? I was like, really?
Yeah, but he's got a bit of quality to him, isn't he? He's not a bad player.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've not seen him play for about 4 years, but...
Okay, but when you last saw him play...
Yeah, he was really good. I mean, I think was it Chelsea last in England? Was it Chelsea?
Well, yeah, he's always been with Chelsea, but he's been farmed out left, right and centre. But
so it was, that's unlike Chelsea, isn't it?
But if you was Victor Moses, you look at what happened with Ross Barkley and you go, actually... why can't I play football for a bit longer?
Yeah,
and contribute. And he seems really happy to be here.
And he's technically a very good player as well. I mean, a lot of people last week. I mean, they were going, he relied on pace quite a lot. Right wing back, etc. But if you actually watch him throughout his career, he can actually strike a ball, he can pass a ball, and he's intelligent on the ball. So realistically, if he does get moved, maybe as a number 10 or wherever, as an inverted forward, then so be it.
I think Edward said as well is to maybe fill the gap of selling Ogbene as well.
Well, Ogbene and Townsend have gone, haven't they? So you kind of go, well, you need someone there, don't you? And
I mean, there's no doubt in your CV. Yeah. It's absolutely marvellous.
And you never lose your ability either, really, do you?
Yeah, no. So hopefully he's fit enough, and it's up to the physical thing that the Championship demands of you.
Just one thing of beauty. The new
Looks
plan.
at me, you said that then.
Yeah, I did, Pataro, but that's before you took your specs off, mate. The new plans for the stadium look awesome, don't they? 25,000, beautiful outlook all over it. Tell me you're not looking forward to seeing that built.
I just hope it looks like that when they build it.
It's going to. Why would it not? Why would it not? It looks amazing.
It's an artist's impression, isn't it? Whether they always end up like that, but if it does, it's going to be sensational.
It's like when you go to a Lego, look at the Lego, isn't it?
Isn't that the detailed plans? And it has to put the fronts up like that.
Yeah, but it's still like an arty picture. It's not like
it's going to look
photographic.
Like that. It's going to look like that. Why wouldn't it look like that?
I love the fact they've still kept the sort of halo floodlight bit from the original plan as well.
No,
25,000.
really looking forward to it. And I mean, obviously it's essential for the future, but it does look absolutely gorgeous.
25,000 gives us more opportunities to do like we did for the under 21s the other night, which actually was a good little game to go see. So I'm looking forward to that. Just before we go, we better take our Sheffield Wednesday things. Has producer Jacob said anything?
Producer Jacob has gone 2-2.
Oh, God, sack him. Just sack him. Sack him. Bataro.
I'm going to go for a 2-0 win.
Good. Steve?
Luton.
Well,
Go on.
just state, but yes.
3-0.
Wait, see.
3-0 to who, though?
And 3-0 to us, and one of our strikers is going to get at least one.
Okay.
I've gone 3-1 Luton.
Okay, see, I'm back on my 3-0.
Yeah.
I think I've done that every week. It's been a blast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming up, fellas. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. It goes a long way. And until after the Sheffield Wednesday game, hope we enjoy it. Hope we get a win, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Garnet.